Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And today we'll be talking about SquareSpace direct listening. I mean, Wix, Godaddy, Square, all other website builders, you guys should be watching out for SquareSpace. Now, as more people are starting small businesses, like even myself, we're looking for website creators, website builders. And if I knew about SquareSpace and its valuation and how they set up their networks, even GoDaddy, I believe GoDaddy is a great one as well. But I went with Wix. Am I satisfied with Wix? No, because I had to go out and get an SEO expert in order to fix my website over and over again, because the Wix website, initially their templates are very, very good. I mean, they're plain, they're good, but definitely I love the way that GoDaddy sets up their website, and now SquareSpace is also in that as well. Now, as we get into this review, let's first learn about how SquareSpace has helped people set up websites very quickly, even more so than Wix. And lots of small businesses use the platform to not only launch a site, but also to use it as social media and email marketing tools to reach and engage their audience. I mean, in March, the company was valued at $10 billion. And now this was after it secured $300 million from investors, including new backers like Tiger Global and Fidelity Management. So when we look at all of these people get behind this website, it's most notable that when I look at other websites, and I'm gonna pop up my website here very, very quickly. This is what I call the plug. I'm going to show you my website as well. And this is now based off GoDaddy software, okay? And if you saw my previous website, ladies and gentlemen, you will absolutely know that it was not as clean as this. Now, SquareSpace is even better than this. Now, this is just for an example. This is my new website. I had some SEO experts that go in there and, you know, they fixed it all up, whatever. I want them to change a couple of things about the website, the pictures, but it's a much cleaner and easy layout for people to understand. And this is what SquareSpace also offers, okay? Because they're in battle, they're in competition with Wix and as well as GoDaddy and also Square. Now, when I look at this, and this is again based off the GoDaddy's platform, Wix was nothing like this. It wasn't as clean and intuitive and easy to navigate, nothing like this, and boom, there it is. That's the end of the web page. Now, as you start to click on tabs and things of that nature, other things start to pop up, okay? Again, it's very intuitive. It links to all of my social medias, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. So when we're looking at these particular things, ladies and gentlemen, we have to understand that the value that Squarespace will bring to this particular market. And now this is their direct listing. And we're going to get into that as well. But as we look at this, I'm just going to pop up, just for a reference, we're going to look at Squarespace website for you guys who are probably looking into starting your own business or starting your own website. Okay, I don't know why that is up, but we will do something here. Give me 1 second. Because this is very important to the market space. Here we go. All right. There we go. So we're going to go inside the website very quickly, and I'm going to give you some information why I think that you guys should absolutely invest in this particular direct listing today. Now, granted, in the next, 23 minutes, they should be listed on most of the major platforms, and I believe they're releasing it on NASDAQ. Don't quote me. I did my research, but for some reason, I cannot remember what what platform that Squarespace is actually releasing on, but I think it's NASDAQ, okay? I think it's NASDAQ. See, the company raised $300 million in a March funding, as I said before. They gave the company a valuation around $10 billion. And see, it's not raising any new funding as it lists, okay? Because when companies need more revenue, more money, you know, to be publicly, they usually do an IPO, initial public offering. But when you have enough money, you go right to direct listing. You don't need any additional funding or money. So who knows what the stock price is going to be, because Squarespace posted 621 million in revenue during last year, during 2020, and that was up from 485 million a year earlier. The revenue was up 28% in the last fiscal year, ahead of the 24% growth rate seen in this period alone. I mean, the company classifies 94% of its revenue as subscription-based. Squarespace added about 700,000 new unique subscriptions in 2020, and the company disclosed more than 2/3 of total subscriptions annually. So what is that telling you? Think about this. They have gained 700 new unique subscribers. I mean, this is in a year. So almost 1 million people are going with Squarespace. So about 70% of Squarespace revenue last year came from within the US, while the rest was international. So automatically, you know, this is a global company, they're an international company, but most of their money is coming from the US. And myself and others included, when you're building a website, the one thing you want is ease of use. See, I didn't want to go out and then pay additional monies for an SEO experts to fix this and market and bring minds to one of the first. When you look up financial coaching and financial education, you want your website, first of all, to be clean. And that is what Squarespace is essentially offering here. Now, you go through their platform, you can see this how clean their platform is. Now, when I went through Wix, a buddy told me, you know, I started my website with Wix, so I went with Wix, but it wasn't the perfect choice for me. I definitely like Squarespace and as well as GoDaddy. But today is a big day that I think you guys should absolutely invest in Squarespace. Now, Squarespace was profitable last year, recording about 30.5 million in net income. Okay, that's 30.5 million in net income. Though profits were down from 58 million in 2019, the company's fundamental highlights are a rare combo of profitability and growth at scale. Now, despite a string of profitability on an annual basis, Squarespace generated a net loss of 10 million in the first quarter of 2021. Now, we all know where that loss stemmed from. In case for the YouTube algorithms, we're just going to call that C19. Okay, C19. Now it says, compared with a loss of 1.1 million a year earlier, the company posted profits in each of the last 3 quarters of 2020. See, this is very notable. The company competes, and this is what I was talking about. The company competes with a variety of different players across the e-commerce industry, according to its filing, according to its direct listing. Squarespace counts web creation platforms like the notorious Wix, which if you guys started your business anywhere from 5 years or earlier, Wix is probably one of the ones you went with. And Wix really needed to rebuild their platform. I think that it has a lot of learning curve to it, where if you're a novice to building your own website and you're trying to start your business, you just want to go in, click a few templates and have it pop up and running, okay? Now, I did it, but it did take me a little more time than I did when I saw them set up a website with Squarespace and also with GoDaddy. Okay, and this is not to bang on Wix, but this is kind of be more informed about either you're going to be a customer or you're going to be an investor or both. Then I think this is information that you should know. So it's in competitions with companies like Wix, also Squares Inc. and that's Square. And if you guys are not familiar with Square, let's just go over to Robinhood very quickly to show you the competition that Squarespace is up upon, because this is imperative, because Square stock, okay, oh man, my portfolio is down 5 grand, but okay. Oh, wow. But anyway, all right. Square is up $200 something unless they dropped already. Okay, they was up to $200 something. So I'm showing you the potential, because over the past last year, Square, let's see, 270. Yeah, Square was up $276. Okay, and let me show you Wix, because I believe it's important that you guys understand the competition that it's going against. And look at Wix. Wix is up $226. Let's see the past year. Okay, right here. This is when I kind of $353. So we can only imagine what the direct listing is going to show us for every share that you invest in. Then last but not least, the other company that they're in competition with is Shop, okay? Also known as Shopify. And Shopify is up $1,000 per share. As we look at Shopify right there in February with everybody else, Shopify was up almost $1,500, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't believe, let me just check very quickly before I put my foot in my mouth. GoDaddy, you got to pop GoDaddy up here as well. GoDaddy is at $81, okay? And at one point in February, GoDaddy was up to $92, $93 per share. So again, that's very, very important for us to understand this. So anyway, SquareSpace also calls out these competitors when it comes to their profit margin, their price for their website. And in some cases, SquareSpace is a little more expensive than GoDaddy, but you might have a more ease of use. I don't mind paying an extra couple of dollars if it's a better platform. That's just me. Take for instance, like GoDaddy, that their domain and their domain name tools, as well as those providing email marketing and scheduling functions, while arguing that its own comprehensive or all-in-one platform and also multi-channel commerce capabilities. Now, Wix is the larger than SquareSpace, of course, because most people, when you started your business, again, 3, 4, 5 years ago, you used Wix like I did. Wix is larger than SquareSpace with revenue of $989 million last year versus $620 million for SquareSpace. In addition, Squarespace revenue last year was similar to that Wix posted in 2018, but Wix was posting faster growth at scale and without the benefit of the pandemic driven acceleration in e-commerce more broadly. So let me just see if Squarespace have listed it yet. Let's see. Yes, they have. Here we go. So automatically Squarespace is listing already, ladies and gentlemen, at $50 per share. So Robinhood already has it up here, okay? Already has Squarespace on here. I mean, Squarespace recently closed its $450 million acquisition of Talk, a company focused on the restaurant and hospitality industry. Talk services allow businesses to manage reservations, takeout, and event ticketing, and more. I mean, this part of the business may position Squarespace against more tech giants. So that's good for investors as well. Squarespace offering with Talk faces competition from delivery service. See, Squarespace is in this really weird space where they're in competition with web creators like Wix and GoDaddy and also other e-commerce businesses, as well as even Square. Now, Squarespace and Square are two different companies. They share the same name somewhat, but they are different companies. And Squarespace doesn't own Square, and Square doesn't own Squarespace. So let's just make sure we are transparent, very, very clear on that. But when it comes to Squarespace offering, because with their TikTok merger and acquisition, they face competition from delivery service such as DoorDash, Uber, Grubhub, and all other restaurants, okay? Even Torch Bistro. So at the same time, the acquisition is an example of one way Squarespace has smartly diversified into selling not just physical goods online, but also adding calendar schedule capabilities. Restaurants and gyms to name a couple, okay? So Squarespace marketing and sales costs are growing far faster than its revenue because it's getting very, very popular very, very quickly. And before this stock blows up, I know that it's $50 a share. And some of you like, I don't like really investing any stocks over $15, maybe $10 a share. But again, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at their competition, when you look at GoDaddy, around $80 per share. You look at Wix, over $200 something a share. And also Square, GoDaddy, and what's the other one? I just named the other one. Excuse me. You have Shop, okay? They're all up over $200. And again, GoDaddy is up over $80. So when we look at these particular things, it's very, very important that you do not be a fearful and scared investor. The company incurred $3.1 million in such expenses when they're talking about marketing and advertising. And that's where they're putting their money at. So again, they're getting their name out there more so than ever. They're becoming more popular. People are buying into, just like I said before, 700,000 people last year became subscribers and annual membership holders. The company's podcast advertisement may be familiar to a frequent listener through Squarespace Notes in its prospectus that it advertises its service broadly using online keyword search, sponsorships, and celebrity endorsement. I mean, they got television, podcasts, print and online advertising, email and social marketing. I mean, when I really think about Squarespace risk factors, Squarespace points out to the possibility that Alphabet, also known as Google, and we know that Google has two stocks. One is the Class C, and I believe the other one is the Class A. The tickers for Alphabet, also known as Google, is GOOG, and the other one is GOOGL. Because Google could change its algorithm or raise the cost of its search engine marketing tools. So when I look at Squarespace, ladies and gentlemen, this is a buy off the bat. This is a buy. So if you guys want to chat to me, text to me, ask me, hey, should I buy this? Absolutely. I think that this stock within a year's time, or even less than that, I believe that this stock can actually reach $150. Yes, I'm talking about $100 in profit within a year. I do believe that. I'm not saying that it will, so take that with a grain of salt, but I definitely believe that it can. It's very important. Now, good morning, learning every day. Like to see you here, because when I'm talking about investing, you know what I'm really talking about, ladies and gentlemen? Let me tell you. I'm talking about cash money. I'm talking about cash money. Because when I think about it, man, it's about making money, and it's not about being scared with your money. So even if you bought one share, even if you bought two shares, okay, you say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and invest. I'm going ahead and invest $100 today. Let me see. Let me see the limited price. I don't know if it was going to explode at. I know the market opens in 10 minutes. Let's see. I want two shares. Okay. And I'm gonna do $51 for my limited price. $51. Okay. And that's gonna make it good for today. Let's see. All right. I want to put in this bid early. Say I don't have enough. Okay, deposit the funds. You know how I do it, Robinhood. So let me just do $100, $110. All right, now that I have the money, wait till it refreshes. There we go. Now, hopefully that this stock doesn't explode so much that I can't buy two shares. Because you want to put in your order now. You want to put in your limited price. And I always tell people, hey, listen, when you do the limited price, in order for you to get those stocks on a low, you know, put an extra $1 or $2 on your share. So again, my limited price is $51 because again, we have 9 minutes until this stock goes live. And again, this was not an IPO. This was a direct listing. So if you're going to be like I'm going to be, I'm going to be sitting here at my computer waiting. I'm going to be waiting for the stock to come live, and hopefully my limited price for two shares of Squarespace absolutely execute. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. You guys have a great and wonderful day. And I'm telling you now, I would invest in Squarespace.